Just getting the camera right. I hope you're all well. I hope you can all see. Hello. Kate, can I ask you a favour, because I've just run upstairs in a bit of a hurry. Could you share the YouTube link to the Facebook group, please? Kate, can I ask you a favour? Sorry if it's echoing, it's because I'm also on there. Let's check that everyone can see. I can't see anything on my YouTube. Can you see, peoples? Because all I can see is black nothingness. Just like my soul. I might just have to go in and start this again. Let's go this way. That's better. Okay. Quick reminder to everybody, if you're in the chat, to change it to live chat instead of top chat if it isn't already on that. Am I going to have one of those techie days today? Maybe. Feels like that's in the spirit of this morning. I've got pretty rubbish picture here. That's better. Okay. Apologies for that slight delay. I've got a tilted screen. Just a little bit of a request, guys, that are watching. If you do ever have any account-based queries, please email them and don't write them on Facebook, because it makes it almost impossible for us to keep track of what we need to do. I see a billion different things of me being tagged in and then I lose them. So yeah, any account-based queries, please send us an email to Tracy's email, not to my email, to the orders@upsadaisyuk.com email, and we will deal with it as a matter of urgency, generally within working hours. This is why I'm late this morning, because I've been trying to deal with things. Yes, Louise, I've got your bracelet on. I love it. I have been wearing it to the office too, not just for live streams. So, how are you all? Have you all been on the VIP priority access this morning? For those of you that aren't VIPs, are you waiting for later on? I'm just checking the stock, and we are pretty low of all the stickers, vinyl and A4 sheets, which is nice. It's always a bit of a question mark at the moment. Things have been a bit challenging, I would say, from a sales point of view, which is generally to be expected right now in the world, but nonetheless doesn't help me pay my mortgage. So it's nice to see things be ordered today. I am going to do a fun spread today that is probably not relevant to anyone other than me. So sorry about that, but you could probably make it work for other things. I'm going to do a spread to track University Challenge. It's a bit of a geeky family thing, but as a family we do University Challenge each week individually, and we keep a list of the scores, and at the end of the season we basically track who is the winner of University Challenge. And I'd say most weeks it's touch and go. If you get more than like 5, you're on a really good week. On the occasional week, I'll break double figures, and that's when I feel like a blinking genius. So I'm going to do a spread for that, because each year that we do it, and I've done it a few years now, I'm like, we should really write this down rather than just keeping it in my phone app. So I'm going to do a spread for it. In my bullet journal. It's going to go in my main journal. I know it's a TV show, but it's not like a TV tracker. It's kind of a quiz tracker, I think. So I think it should go in my main journal. And I need to decide what font is closest to the University Challenge font. So I'm going to have a little lookies through. I'm just reading your messages. A couple of people placing orders. Blah, 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 blah. I'll get well soon, Louise. Bless you. Carol says she also does it with the 1% Club. When it was live, me, mum and sister all played along and compared on WhatsApp. Yeah, that's what we did. I mean, it kind of started just before lockdown, so it hasn't been going that many years, but throughout lockdown, because basically we're all separately isolated, it become like a bit of a communal thing for us as a family. So yeah, we've carried on doing it. Do you think that it does have a little serif, the font? So that kind of works. I'm not sure which is the closest. Like this kind of works. Maybe the space one, because it's kind of blocky like that. It does have a sort of serif on it. I'm just having as a reminder, I don't know if you guys can see, this is what the logo looks like. So I'm just having a look, and what I want is basically that round N could be a U upside down, but it's kind of like a blocky font only with little serifs. So let's see what works. Let's look at the other one. I haven't bought the... Yeah, I will maybe add the serifs after. Well, that kind of works. This is Royal, but it's not... I don't know if it's chunky enough. I could use Movie Night. Probably got that somewhere. Do you think Movie Night is chunky enough? Yeah, it's quite like Movie Night actually. That is a weird coincidence, isn't it? Maybe I'll do that. We'll make it work. Oh, I'll turn my laptop on silent, otherwise it's going to ping at me. I would like to grab TV washi, the Gold Star washi. It is a coincidence with a C, Nate. That is for shizzle. I can see croissant. I might go in with some blue. I mean, it's kind of changed logo over the years. It's sort of more purpley now, but I think you get the idea. Purple or blue or nothing. I might do this in pencil because I feel like I'm going to have a mare and a bit of a agitated one this morning. Oh. Right, let's have a bit of coffee. That will help. I've bought myself a label printer for home. Oh dear, looking things. Like a little tiny label printer that I'm going to use to label my like everything from subscription boxes, so that I know that they can be kept together. I think that would be a good idea. Now, it's got 37 episodes. Do I do it all on one page, or do I do it on a double page? These are the questions. I'm wondering if I do it on 2 pages. Oh, Joanne as in, not me. Sorry, Claire. When you say Joanne, I'm like, oh, full naming me. And then I think, so there's 37 episodes in a series from what I've seen. And the first, where is it? The first 24 are like regular episodes, and then 25 to 36 to 34 are quarterfinals, and then there's 2 semi-finals, and then there's a grand final. So I might put like all the normal ones here and then the other ones here. Let's think about it. So if we're doing 24 times 2, 2, 4, 6, 8. Actually, I could do 3 lines per episode. That's probably quite nice. And then yeah, okay, that works. Sorry for the thinking out loud. Oh no, I need 24. So I need 48. There's not enough room. Yeah, I could use the grid guide, but I think I don't want them in regular divisions. So I'm thinking so if I do 20 on both sides, it gives me some spare slots, because I'm basically going by past years, because it hasn't like laid out how many episodes there'll be yet. So then I can give myself a little bit of extra room should I need it. Yeah, and if I don't need it, then I can use it for space to tot up scores, absolutely. I'll do a couple more lines and then I'll answer any questions that you might have about anything coming up. So get them written in if you want me to answer. We are in the process of prepping all the journals. As I think I've said previously, the plan is that they will go live on Amazon first of all, just because it's logistically very complicated to get that many journals out at the same time. We don't have that much room, and if we are going through all of this effort to be on Amazon, we may as well use it to our advantage. So Jordan is currently adding in the stencil and sticker sheet and leaflets to each of them, adding the barcode and boxing them up, and then hopefully we'll get them shipped over to Amazon this week. It then takes them a couple of weeks to check them in, and when that's done they will be available. Once they've gone live on Amazon, we'll hold back a few to go on our website so we can get them to overseas customers. We've got a lot going on at HQ at the moment because although it is only July, the end of the year is fast approaching, so we need to get all of our ducks in a row for Christmas and Advent, and subscription boxes, New Year stuff. So using Amazon this way kind of works in our favour. I'm determined to have a less stressful end of the year this time, because last year was horrible and I was totally burnt out for Christmas. So determined that that's not going to be the case this year. Okay, let's have a look at what's going on. Lots to talk about. Label printers. Mine is a Nimbot, which is the label printer that we print with at HQ, which is very cool. I love Nim. I've also got a Dymo that we use at HQ as well, but the Nim has got little labels that are quite handy. Dawn says, got the grid guide ordered today. Do you know if there'll be a B6 available? No plans for a B6. We have to order hundreds in order to get these manufactured. So we have to make sure that the demand is there. So unless we know that we've got an audience of hundreds of people that are going to order them, it's not financially viable. We may do a B5, but it will probably be a little while before we do that. I have got on my to-do list for this week making a video to show how to use the A5 grid guide in a B5 journal. So that should go up Thursday, hopefully. Talking about University Challenge. Yes, University Challenge is a quiz show for university students. It's been around for decades. There's just been a changing of presenters, which I don't know for anyone who watches University Challenge. How do you feel about the new presenter? I mean, I think Paxman is a legend and it's going to be a lot for anyone to step into his shoes. Yeah, I'm not, if you watch University Challenge, as I say, I would be very happy if I got like 5 answers correct. The majority of the time, to be honest, I'm lucky if I understand the question. So on the occasions when I've broken double digits, I'm very pleased with myself. I was the champion of our family university challenge last year. That's the first time ever that I've beaten my dad. So well chuffed. New journals will be going live within the next few weeks, and they're going to go on Amazon first of all. So basically, we're in the process of labeling them up, getting all the freebies inside, and getting them packaged. And then once we've done that, they get sent to Amazon, and then it takes Amazon a couple of weeks to check them in, and then they'll go live on Amazon first of all. We're using Amazon as a distributor for the journals just because, as I said, last year was really stressful, and along with all of the end of year stuff, just added an extra stress that wasn't really necessary. So yeah, I'm going for being a bit more chill this year. This ruler is amazing. It's like one of my favourite things that we've ever made. There was a few spares on the website. I don't know if there still are. Obviously, plans for another one to go in this year's Advent, but the Advent theme is going to be a bit different this year, which I hope everyone will like. Will the stencils be available separately? Which stencils are you talking about, Dawn? As soon as I've finished this grid, I promise you this live stream will get a bit more interesting. I realise I'm just drawing lines, and that's probably really boring for everybody. What do you mean you don't like seeing people draw a table live on YouTube? The ones with the journals? Not sure. Potentially not. Not for a while anyway. They might do at some point, but not until the journal release has gone, because what I don't want to happen is for people to buy them separately and then get the journal and then say it included an exclusive journal stencil with the journal, and you've already got it and blah. So yeah, for now they'll only be available with the journals. I don't know if anyone has been on our Amazon page in the last 12 hours, but I managed to achieve something very special yesterday, which I was really pleased with myself for. Managed to, and I know this seems like a really small thing, but anything with Amazon is mega complicated. managed to cluster all the journals together so that if you click on any one of them, it shows you all the variations. So for the hardback journals, it shows all the colours and both A5 and B5 sizing. And for the wire-bound journals, it shows all of the different wire-bound variations, which means that we only have to show up on a search for people to see everything that we do, which hopefully will be beneficial in terms of sales. It took me some finagling of Amazon complicated systems to make it work, so I was well pleased. Okay, nearly done. Okay, you having the decorating regret? It'll look nice when it's done. I like a dark grey wall. It's quite therapeutic, isn't it? I feel like I need to have like a column for the episode number, but it doesn't need to be 1, but it doesn't need to be 2, so I'm going to do it 1.5. So that's how I roll. And then annoyingly I didn't leave that room on the other side, so I need to add it on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm just having a look. Yeah, I'd say the pictures of the new journals are quite, I mean, you're always going to get some variation in the light, but they're not mock-ups, they're actual photos, and tried to kind of colour match to the light so that it's true. The green of the old colours especially, I think, is quite a tricky one because it looks more green and more teal depending on what light you're in. Like, I think, have I got one here? In this light, this looks quite teal to me, but in other lights it looks quite green. It's a tricky one. I am going to be doing, it's also on my list this week, a YouTube video where I unbox the new journals, show the contents, kind of talk around the launch so that you can see them in real life, like on film. Sometimes that's easier to see what the colours are like. They're a nice variation of colours. We've mixed it up this time compared to last time, so we're trying to make sure that we do different colours each time, whilst sticking to colours that we know will be popular, because can't really afford to buy a bunch of journals that aren't going to sell. So yeah. The cornflower blue is lush. I really like the Barbie pink as well. Right. Yeah, I'm not a fan of gold either, but with like colours like an orange, a silver doesn't really work, and it made sense for like the sunset. If it were down to me, everything would have silver embossing. Like if it were down to me, because it is down to me, but like my preference is for, but then we got, this would be on paper my least favourite colourway, but actually in person I love the Into the Wild one, hence why I'm using it as my own journal. So I don't think you can really tell until they arrive. We don't know either. We're going on basing our idea of what a foil would look like on a yeah, it's impossible. This TV washi, it's so cute. And for the toucan, for the teal, we felt like it needed to have gold because of a toucan's bill being yellow. It didn't really make sense for that to be silver. Again, potentially overthinking things, but I guess it's my job to overthink things. So I don't know if, for those of you that are VIPs, if you saw my post about listening to the audiobook Atomic Habits. I'm about a third of the way through now, and oh my god, it just makes so much sense. So I'm going to finish it before I think about adding anything to my journal. But I think it's a good... I want to put these gold stars on. Yeah, I think it would be a great thing to look at as a group. It was a very popular post, so it seems like everyone's up for it. It's not particularly long, so I think it's like 6 hours long. I listened to an hour yesterday while I was having my hair coloured. Yeah, how much of what we do is controlled by habits and habit cues, and is interesting, as well as I think quite journally, because you know we love a habit tracker in our journal. Okay, let's do some typing. I am going to do it in black. I know it's navy, but I think it will go better in black. And I'm going to slightly mess with the letters because the white is different. Oh, it does not like this pencil. Might as well just do it straight into black. My pencil nib was too fat and it just wasn't going into the edges, because this is quite a fine font, a movie night one. Going to see Barbie on Tuesday. Very excited. And I think I'm going to leave it a week before I set up my August. I'm going to do it next weekend. So my August setup will come out the week after. I'm going to do the B5 grid guide this week. Oh, am I wearing pink to see? You know what? I don't even know if I've got any pink clothes. I don't think I have. I don't think I've got anything pink. So probably not. I was thinking, spoiler alert, that I might do Barbie for my August setup. Because I think it would be really fun, and hopefully by then we'll have the Bujo basics for the next lot of journals, and there's a set that is pink. I think we could make it very fun. Slightly winging it with the V because it's not right. This pen is on its way out. Let's get rid of it. I think I did that for the last setup. That's better. Juicy pen. Onward down. I do love a rubbish. I love a rubbish film when it's like cheesy. I don't love a rubbish film when it's rubbish. Depends what sort of rubbish. I think it's going to be good. I don't see how it cannot be good because it's got Ryan Gosling and Margot Robbie in it, and they're excellent, and lots of other funny people. So I feel like it is going to be good. This weekend I've watched 2 Captain America films, which are not rubbish films at all. They are most excellent films. And I watched the start of Avengers last night, but I didn't make it to the end. Yeah, Ant-Man was just rubbish. It was like cheesy or silly. It was just rubbish. And I'm not here for that. I think that's the good thing about film, is it like depends what mood you're in. There's sometimes when I'll sit down and watch like a really serious film or like challenging, And there's other times when you just want a really crappy Hallmark rom-com that you can like switch your brain off to. And I think there's an art of the Hallmark rom-com, especially Christmas ones. I haven't seen the new Guardians of the Galaxy. Is it good? Is it worth a watch? As a rule, I do love the Guardians of the Galaxy films, so I think it would be difficult for me not to like it. Oh, it's raining again. Oh, pouring down. Tiny dog will not be pleased. I'm not sure about all these Disney remakes. Controversially, I'm not a massive Disney fan anyway. Like I've seen most of them, but I don't know why they insist on keep remaking things. Haven't really seen many where the remake brings anything to the party that the original didn't. So Moana is new for me. It's not one that I don't even know if I've seen Moana, to be honest. I don't really like Disney films with people in. I only really like the ones with animals in. Maybe that's why I don't like the remakes, because they're mostly the ones with people in. I wasn't fussed about the original. Is Moana not the one that's got the rock in it? Or am I on the wrong thing? We're nearly there. What does the G look like? It looks like this. That's okay. This font is really similar to the University Challenge font. That's weird. That wasn't on purpose at all. Yeah, I thought the Aladdin remake was okay. To be honest, I'm not really a massive Aladdin fan, so that's probably why I'm not fussed. Like, if you remake something that I love, then I'd be upset about it. But, like Robin Hood with the foxes, potentially the best Disney film of all time. And the chicken playing the banjo. They can't remake though. Okay. I want my mechanical pencil. Where are you? There you are. I should be thinner. Bye, Carol. Take care.
Okay, I think I'm nearly done. I'm just going to write in the teams for the bags are happening. Sorry, Anna has just asked, hey Jo, any news on the bags please? Sorry to keep asking, but I'm so excited. Yeah, the bags are happening after a bit of debate. Hopefully I should be able to give you more information in the next couple of weeks. The new ones are looking good from what I've seen so far. Yeah, coming soon. I wonder if I should have put the date in. I wonder if I could just put it here. That probably works. Let's see who won. Oh, it's not telling me. I'll have to add that afterwards. So I appreciate that was probably very boring in terms of watching a setup, but sometimes things are boring. That's a life lesson from Jo. Do I want to do this or do I want to do the tape? Maybe I'll do the tape because I don't think that goes with that pattern. So that I can find it when I need it. How cute are these shaped? So what I do find with the shaped ones, once you've folded it and stuck it and you've got it kind of that double match, I just trim it
so that you've got it more to the shape of what you've got on there rather than just a flat line, if that makes sense. Well, that's my university challenge spread. Will I be victorious for this year also? Oh, I'm looking at my arm as if that's going to give me the time. It's 5-1, so if anyone has any questions, I'm happy to answer them. I was going to show you a demo of the VIP stencil because as yet, I don't know that anyone has used it in the way that I intended, which is not to say that the way that it has been used is not good, because it probably makes more sense. But I can describe it to you. I don't think I have one, so annoyingly I can't show you it. I can show you the film strip stencil in action if you'd like to see it. Basically the VIP stencil is very similar in that I envisaged it being that the half moon shapes are the background of the lemon, so you would do those in one colour, like a light yellow, and then you rotate the stencil and then the lemon shapes go on top of that, and you do that in a darker colour, and that would be your rind and your segments. So they kind of lay on top of each other, and if you turn them around they exactly fit on top of each other. I know people have used the kind of half moon shapes as melons, which totally works, or other fruits, so it's good because it can be used in multiple ways. But I will bring home the stencil with me before the masterclass, the VIP masterclass next weekend, and I'll show you it in real life, what I was thinking. Let me give you a little demo of this one because it's not entirely obvious how it works. Oh, my ear just popped. So I think it's quite important with this one that you stick it down because it's quite an exact match. So I'm going to stick it with some of this washi tape, and I'm just going to stick through the holes so that works. And then I'm going to get my black soot distress ink, and for any of you that have got the old film stencil that was designed to be used with pen, I've done that with that stencil lots of times, and it's very fiddly and it takes quite a long time to colour in the sections. To have like lots of film strips on your page is quite a time consuming process. This is not, and that is why we wanted to do it with ink. So I thought I'd give you a little demo of how quick it is in real life. There we go. So this section is basically some of the structure, and the reason it can't all be done as one is because you couldn't have the little floating white bits, because you can't make pieces of stencil stay unless they're attached to something. So what I've done is make it 2 parts. So this is your first part, and then once that's done, we then take the other half of that stencil and you overlay it, and you overlay it so that this bit of plastic that's running down lies over the middle of the black blobby bits on this. Hopefully this will make sense once I do it. And then you stick it down, do it again. Oh, I've just put ink on my finger and all over the mat. What a lemon. I'll try not to put my fingers on what I've just done. Normally, I know you would roll kind of in circles when you're doing ink. I would suggest with these bits that you do it in straight lines, because otherwise you move the middle bit around and you end up with a bit of a wiggly line. It's not as crisp. So okay. Try not to get ink all over my fingers. Okay, so once I've done the two bits, I'm going to take it off. And hopefully, if I've done it correctly, ta-da! And then, I'm going to put that over here so that I don't stick my finger in it. You can write film names inside each of these that you've been to see, and review them. It's big enough that you've got room to write inside them. Oh, excuse me. Or you could just use it as decoration. Either is totally works. So hopefully that makes sense. Does anyone want to see any demos of anything else? Anything that you're stuck on? Any questions? Hit me. Now while you have the opportunity before I hit skid ads. All gone very quiet. Have I bamboozled you with this stencil? Oh, very quiet. Stunned silence. A bit of my coffee. So the plan for this week will be to create the B5 grid guide example, as well as a little overview of the new journals. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you do want to see any of those. The remaining stock, let me give you a bit of an update if anyone's interested where we're at. Hold up. We've had a few more orders trickle in. So we've got 8 Spielbergs left, 12 Stevies, half of all the washi's gone, and then 9 of each of the A4 sheets. So I think they'll probably go out of stock today. We will get more stock if they do, but it'll be a little delay while we restock them to give us a chance to catch up with orders. Will we be doing a specific 2024 journal this year? No. Not a hardback one. I am toying with doing a wire-bound printed calendar book. It's been kind of something that my brain is obsessing about, and I'd really like to do because I think it would be useful. But whether or not I'm going to get time to do it is a totally different question. The idea behind it would be that it's like a kind of calendar bit in a book, if you see what I mean. So not room for dailies, much more of a broad overview, like something you would use for goal planning or content planning, keeping it vague so that it could be used for either thing, but kind of about setting goals for the period and planning. I'd like to do that, but as I say, time is finite, so whether or not I will do, but there won't be a 2024 like our 2023 holographic one, mainly because that it dates stock. So already thinking we're going to have to do the remaining one. There's not, luckily for us this year, there isn't a lot left of the holographic 2023, but it can only be sold for a specific amount of time, and sales right now are a lot more challenging than they have been in the previous few years. So having to be kind of mindful of what we're creating and not creating stuff that puts pressure on people to spend money in a specific period of time. I hope that makes sense. I would love to have a 2024 one, but it's just not going to work. Okay guys, I don't think anyone else has got any questions. You've all gone very quiet. Thank you for sticking with me while I set up potentially the world's most boring journal spread, but it's going to be fun for me. I just realised I can rub out my pencil. It's going to work well for my family university challenge, and I've been meaning to do it for a while. And luckily that font works perfectly, so that's good. I will be back for a live stream next Sunday, and that will be for the VIPs. I don't think there's anything else major for me to tell you. I just realised this Y is a bit funky, so I'm just correcting it while I'm talking. But should there be, look out for the socials, because that's where it will drop. That's better. Had a bit of a funny curve on it. That's going to bug me. Okay. Thanks, Nate. Sorry, it's very boring. I'm a bit lackluster today, as you can tell. I'm going to blame hormones. Always. Yeah, take care everyone. Have a great rest of the day, and I will catch you later. Bye 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 bye.